Here are some frequently asked questions about Comedy Exchange. Number 1, what is it? Number 2, when was it founded? 3, what royalties does Comedy Exchange not administer? 4, how are royalties distributed to the right person? 5, who oversees Comedy Exchange? 6, is there a membership or administrative fee? 7, how does Comedy Exchange track airplay? 8, who is a rights owner? 9, what about ASCAP, BMI, CSAC? Don't they cover this? What's the difference? 10, what about webcasting? 11, do royalty recipients have the right to audit? 12, what if there is more than one artist or a guest artist who performed on a song? 13, I registered, so when do I get my money? If you have a question that you don't see here, give us a call at 267-232-1300. That's 267-232-1300. 1. What is Comedy Exchange? Good question. The Comedy Exchange is a unique organization put together to collect performance royalties for comedic writers whose recorded works are used on AM and FM and other terrestrial radio broadcasting. It not only provides compensation for the writers, but also to the labels that manufacture and distribute the comedic works. It is principally, but not limited to, spoken word performances. 2. When was Comedy Exchange founded? It was incorporated in April of 2010. 3. What royalties does Comedy Exchange not administer? Well, Comedy Exchange does not administer royalties for broadcasting on the internet, satellite, podcasting, television, or any on-demand services, nor any reproduction rights for digital downloads. 4. How are royalties distributed to the right person? Well, every payment is indexed to a detailed log of how many items by a writer or a label are played on a quarterly basis. 5. Who oversees Comedy Exchange? The Comedy Exchange Board of Directors oversees all operations of Comedy Exchange. This board approves the distribution of royalties and payment of administrative expenses. It is comprised of representatives from radio, records, and some performers as well, yours truly. For a full board member listing, check the Comedy Exchange Board of Director page under the About section. 6. Is there an administrative fee? Absolutely not. The Comedy Exchange is free to join for both writers and labels. The Comedy Exchange pays 80% of all monies collected to the rights holders and keeps 20% for administrative fees. That's only in the first year. In year 2 and beyond, 85% will be paid to the rights holders and 15% will be kept for administrative fees. 7. How does Comedy Exchange track airplay? Well, the primary tracking is done through a cooperative arrangement with broadcasters and tracking companies such as BDS, Broadcast Data Systems, who monitor the nation's airways for all of their clients. 8. Who's a rights owner? Well, the rights owner is the writer who holds the exclusive copyright to the performance and has the right to license that material for broadcast. The label, who has the rights to manufacture, distribute, and sell the material, is also a rights holder. These two may be the same entity. If the original label A has leased the material to B for re-release, it will be B who gets the payments from Comedy Exchange. 9. Well, what about ASCAP, BMI, or CSAC? Don't they cover this? What's the difference? No, they don't. ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC cover the rights of musical composers, not spoken words, comics like you. 10. What about webcasting? Well, for the moment, the U.S. Copyright Office has given a sole right to collect for the webcasting to the Sound Exchange. 11. Do royalty recipients have the right to audit? Yes. Members will have the right to audit and view their own audit report. In addition, members can appeal to a dispute resolution committee set up by the board. 12. What if there is more than one artist or guest artist who performed a registered comedic bit? Well, if a bit was composed by several writers, this will require a royalty split where the percentage for each person or group is submitted to us. The percentage may or may not be spelled out in the artist's recording contract. If it is a comedy group, the payment will be made to the group and they can determine the appropriate split. 13. I registered. Where's my money? Well, when Comedy Exchange receives your registration documents, we first have to verify that it's you. This might take a little bit of time. However, even before you join, we are already tracking any airplay on terrestrial radio that you may be receiving. In addition, Comedy Exchange has a threshold of $100 in earned royalties before they issue a check. If a rights owner hasn't yet accumulated $100, they should expect to wait until that amount has built up in their account before receiving any royalties. And if you have any questions about the status of your registration, please contact our account services.